This script, JS20, contains a number of things we haven't discussed yet. The first thing is the establishment of a do-while loop. A do-while loop is here. And this is a loop structure that in some way is similar to the for loop, which we looked at before. The do loop almost acts the same way as you could understand in English. If you have something to do, you do it while a particular condition is true. So, for example, do carry an umbrella while it's raining. You continue to carry the umbrella while it's raining, and after it's raining, you can get rid of the umbrella, for example. Well, in the computer's case here, you continue to repeat whatever is between the braces while this particular conditional expression is true. So the do-while loop begins with do. You have the opening and closing brace, and inside you have the commands that you want to repeat. And then you have the word while, and then in parentheses you have a conditional expression. Now, the conditional expression itself is something we haven't seen before, at least this type of conditional expression. This is an or expression. So what we're seeing here is if the answer that is input is equal to null, which means that the user hasn't put any input at all in the prompt dialog box, which we're going to summon up here, or the answer is equal to the null string or nothing, then we want to continue to loop through this prompt. So in other words, if we're prompting the user for information, like their name, and they don't put in their name, then we want to keep prompting them until they do. Or if they try to cancel the dialog box or the prompt box, then the answer becomes null, and we get the prompt dialog box to happen again and again and again. Now, as soon as the user enters in some kind of information, then the do-while loop will stop functioning, basically, because the answer will not be null, and it also will not be a string in which nothing was entered. So answer equals null traps the event where the user clicks the cancel button in the upper right-hand corner of the prompt dialog box, and this expression is that traps when the user clicks OK without having entered any information. So as soon as the user enters information, we jump out of this loop, and then we just alert the user with a hello there, and then hopefully the user's name. Okay, I'm going to minimize this, and then we're going to see how this functions. Okay, we have what is your name, and if I click OK, then that user or the answer will be equal to nothing, which is two double quotes with nothing inside of it. So it's going to continue to prompt me until I enter some information. If I decide to cancel by either clicking the cancel box up here, or if I click on the cancel button here, it still prompts me for that information. So it absolutely will not let me through until I enter my name. When I enter my name and click OK, or hit the enter key, then I get the alert saying hello there. Now let's take a look at this one more time. I want to make this clear also. The while condition is contained in one set of parentheses, but inside of that condition there are two other conditions, which I've also enclosed inside parentheses primarily for readability. Here is one condition, answer is equal to null. This is another condition, answer equals a string with nothing in it. This is what's known as a double pipe, and a pipe is above the enter key, and it's used by hitting the shift key. It's sort of like a shift and then a backslash key. And this will give you two bars, basically, and these are known as pipes in programming. So the double pipe basically stands for or. If we wanted to use an AND construction for our logic, it would be a double ampersand, or ampersand, ampersand, it would look like this. That wouldn't make any sense here, but that's what it would look like. Okay, because that would always be false, because the null answer and the blank answer would be different all the time, so that wouldn't work. So I'm going to put the double pipes back in. So there is some logic, so you can string together multiple conditional statements and wrap them up into one big conditional statement, and then test for that being true or false. Okay, that's very good. Take a look at that, and you might want to try using a conditional statement for using with math, trapping some values in user inputs for an age range, or if you are only allowing people with certain names into your site or whatever. See if you can come up with a few scripts that are similar to this and that function in the way that you want. Okay? You almost can do a password type protected site with this type of script. However, the caveat there is that the person can always go up to the view menu and view the source and find out the JavaScript that you've written, and they'll find out what the password is, and then they'd be able to enter it. So it's not very good password protection. And then the next lesson, we are going to talk about how you can confirm a reset if somebody is deciding that they want to reset the form instead of just automatically resetting it. How can you make sure that the user really wants to do so?